Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to give a quick look at two different Franklin Covey compact binders. They're both considered, I guess, vintage. I don't know what year they were made in, but they're both referred to as collages or collages. I'm not sure which pronunciation is correct, but this one most often people refer to as the Aurora colleges or collages, and this one I'm not sure of a name other than the collages. So I wanted to compare them because number one, they're very similar. Two, but they're very different. And I'll give you highlight those differences now. So let's take a look first at the texture. So the one on the left I purchased from eBay and is very smooth in texture. It does not have any kind of grain or pebble that you can feel. It's very squishy. There's feels like there's foam inside. It's similar to me that to a either a Filofax Portland or a Filofax Holborn in the sense of the touch of this planner, whereas the Aurora has it's more of a shiny leather with a textured pebbles, and although you can only slightly feel the pebbles, they're not so pebbly that that's all you feel. You can feel them when you rub your thumb across them. It is shinier, but they both have the same burgundy complexion, and then like I said, this is more matte and this one's shiny, and you can see the shine from the light coming from the outside, whereas this one is more muted. They both have contrast stitching. One difference is that this Aurora has gold hardware, or I should call it golden hardware, because these little rivets will turn to silver with a lot of use or handling, or if you were to rub on it with something metal, or it could scratch off. This has silver hardware. We'll get into the clasp in just a minute, but let me go ahead and turn these over. So this is the spine and the exterior. They both have the vertical pocket on the side, and they both have a elasticated strap, meaning that on the interior it has elastic that allows you to pull the strap and make it where you can stuff the planner a little bit fuller. And the same thing applies with this one, as you can see here. Unstop. Now, both have magnetic straps, meaning that there's a magnet underneath. This one, though, does not have any type of button, and you don't really need this strap to hold it in place. It will automatically go over it, but for appearance purposes, it looks better under the strap. The same thing applies here with a magnet, but the magnet is built into the button clasp. Now, it will automatically, snap into place when done properly, like so. There you go. But I guess you could remove this. Maybe not. But when open, it doesn't actually hit the desk. So it's kind of stops right beforehand. So I don't have an issue with clasp noise even when I have it open. It just kind of stays out of the way. The only time I hear it is when I lift it up, when I've left the clasp open. This one stays, but it's kind of stiffer, so it kind of can get in the way, and you end up having to either tuck it behind or be annoyed by the fact that it's getting in your way. So let's go to the inside. They're very similar on the inside, and I'm going to bring this up a little bit so that you can see, but the difference is they have the same pocket configuration. However, on the Aurora, you can see the nylon pocket behind the secretarial flap, as well as on this back flap or back pocket. The Aurora has stitched pen loops, contrast stitching around the pen loops, whereas the Collages doesn't have the contrast stitching, but you don't see the nylon unless you lift up the secretarial flap. It's also in the back here, but it's kind of hard to see because of the angle that we're at. And then over on the right side, to compare, has contrast stitching around the pocket and zip. No contrast stitching on the top one, but you don't see the nylon, whereas you do see the nylon around the back here. However, it is there, and it is lined in a nylon in the back side. Both have a round, what do you call these, leather tab zipper pulls. This one has a golden zipper pull, and this one has a silver zipper pull. They both have dual pen loops. They are both full leather pen loop. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize. This one has an elasticated pen loop, and this one is full leather pen loop. However, it is big enough to hold a 4-barrel friction or Coletto pen. The rings are 1.5-inch rings, this one being silver and this one being golden. Both these pockets are slightly gusseted, as you can see here and here. Now I'll show you the ability to get the 4-barrel Coletto into the pen loops. So we'll start with the Aurora. So here is a 4-barrel friction, and it slides in quite easily, but again, this is a elasticated pen loop, and on the left side is elasticated as well. You just slip in the 4-barrel and it slides in relatively easily. This is a 1-barrel friction biz pen, and it too slides in and doesn't fall out. It probably would if I didn't have the clasp on the side of the pen holding it in place. Let's look at the Collages. Now remember, this is full leather pen loops. And it too, it did look like it was a little bit harder to insert, but that was because I was coming in at an angle. So it does slide past the rubber, kind of gets stuck around this spot right here, but not too difficult. And the same applies for the right side. This one is a little bit more snug. I wouldn't want to put the Coletto on that side. And then here is just a regular business pen. This too probably would slip out, so anything smaller, you know, some people like just thin pens. I'm trying to think of another pen that, maybe a Staedtler pen, would not, it's really slippery. So anyway, they both have the same amount of pockets on the side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 business card pockets with a window ID, and the Aurora 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets and the window ID. So very similar in configuration on the inside. just with some slight variations such as the elasticated pen loops, contrast stitching, the magnetic clasp, and the nylon interior being seen from the outside, and the texture. So you might wonder which one I prefer. You know, they both are wonderful planners. The only difference is that this one is so squishy soft, but this one, it feels kind of like a Malden, a Filofax Malden on the exterior. It reminds me of that buffalo style leather. So I don't think either one I could like one more than the other, because they're totally two different textures, and so it depends on what style you like, whether it's the Malden or the Holborn or the Portland, whatever it is that you can, you know, assimilate it to. So, you know, but both are wonderful. Both are beautiful in the contrast stitching. I really like them both. So, but I thought I would, like I said, do a comparison. I hope this helps you in your search if you are looking for one. I found this one on eBay. This one was lent to me. It is not mine, and I'll be returning it. But I did find a black Aurora. Right here at a thrift store. It cost me $1, but it was missing this little strap that you see here. However, I've ordered rivets from China that should match these rivets, and I've contacted a cobbler who will help make a replacement leather strap that will match this planner, and then we'll cut it to size and then add the rivets on accordingly. So I will have an Aurora after I send this one back, but it'll be in the black color. And as you can tell, even the black one is shiny and similar to the Malden in texture. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. See you again soon.